Hey everybody, welcome back to Workers and Resources. Hope you're having a great day today. I've let the series kind of cook for a little bit, let it play on. I'm not nearly as far ahead of you guys as I was before, and this is what I typically do. I'll play a whole bunch ahead, and then I eventually let you guys catch up, and then I'm only like a couple of videos ahead, and that's usually where I'll stay for the remainder of it. So I'm gonna be playing a little bit closer to you guys from now on, and I've got lots of comments about different city names and stuff. I don't have enough places to name yet, but I have them. They're in the list, and I'll be going through those for sure, definitely. Today, I would like to get this number up here to be a bit more on the stable moving up side. It is net positive. The train that's exporting stuff does a great job of doing that, but I've got some expansions to do, and that's going to require me to make sure that I have producing enough fuel. I don't believe I am. I think this supply here is getting dwindled a little bit by our current trade route for this train. Meanwhile, my oil is more than fine. So I'm going to have this train's route configured to haul a bit more oil and a little bit less fuel. But the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to expand on the train we already have, this extra train we already have. So if I take a look at the train that's selling prefabs, you there, we're going to change this train, and I'm actually going to go ahead and have it go to depot right now to do that. Go ahead. We're going to change the route on this train, and we're going to open up its capabilities a lot more, and we're also going to give it a whole new route, because as I move all the way down here, by the way, this is getting closer and closer to done. Very exciting stuff. I still don't know why all the solar panels are facing this instead of like angling themselves towards wherever the sun would be, but all right. And what I'm looking for is this, right? We're going to start delivering supplies here, because if we can get supplies here, then this construction office can start using them. And this is now done, and I need to assign where to get the gravel and concrete and all that stuff. So we're going to do all that stuff too. The effort here is to speed up construction in this entire region. And we're going to also add some refueling stations for this line, because right now there's no refueling stations for this line. So lots of things to build today and plan out. So let's talk about it. Is the train in the depot? Not yet. Okay, so before the train gets in the depot, which it's probably... Is it on its way? Yeah, there it is. It's slowly moving its way to the depot. And it's probably going to run out of fuel if I let it go any further. Yeah, probably 2 more routes, if that, it would have ran out of fuel. So we're going to get this thing set up, and I think for the refueling for this, I'm going to go ahead and place it, I think, right about here. It's kind of in the wood zone here. I mean, I could maybe take a step back here. You know, actually, I like one on this side, but I don't want to interrupt that road. I might have to, though. Yeah, we can go about like this. This is probably acceptable. So if I place this here, and I can place another station on this side, which is right again, right where the wood cutting is. But like there's a lot of wood to cut. So I place this on this side, I guess, right about here. Now what I can do is we'll have just a simple road connecting this up, no big deal, and a simple road connecting it there. Yep, easy. Go ahead and do that. From these, basically there's 2 refueling stations. One's going to hit it from one side, one's going to hit it from the other. And the hope is that they're positioned to where a full-length train, it won't be the case on this side. And it may not be the case on this side either, because there's not that much space. The hope is twofold. A full-size train will not block passage on the main line, and it also will hopefully not block traffic on the roads. We'll see how that plays out, because if this one has to wait to get out, then it will block this road. But anyway, we'll see how it is. We'll play it by ear, and it probably won't matter. These are not that busy of roads anyway. So, okay. So for the rails, we'll keep them wood through here. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Just a very small section of track. And I'm gonna have you come out this way, and then you're just gonna meet up, I think, right about here. Merge, and I want you to be able to merge to the other side too. Yeah, about like that. So you're able to get this way. I think for now this is a 2-way track, and it may stay that way as a 2-way track on this. It's a little bit iffy. I know it's probably easy just to add a secondary track, but I was thinking of having a passenger train station right here where people can get off the train station and go to work in these buildings. I was kind of hoping maybe to do that. I was also thinking about having that passenger train station exist, not there, but like over here, and then maybe another one in this area, actually. So, you know, the trains can bring passengers to this area from the other side, because most of the population will be living over there. So that's kind of the idea, is planning ahead on where to bring this stuff. So I'm looking at probably over, let's say, with this track, we can go a little bit further. Let's say this is probably fine. Yeah, we merge up right there. I think that's acceptable. We're going to pay for that, just so it's in. And this one's already been paid for, it's in. So we're just going to go ahead and have this funded as well, so we can get that done. This is almost done anyway. They brought the materials there. And so now we're going to have a refueling station that's on this side of the track, which is good. Now this one, I'm going to let them build with resources because it's not as important. We only really need one right now. When we get to extra trains, then it's fine. You need another one. But I don't really need more than one at the moment. We're going to have this be a little bit longer and then cut in and merge there. And this gives this track a little bit longer length, right? We want this to be a long train, one that has lots of cars. It should be able to, you know, kind of exist on a line without interfering with pass-by traffic. And then kind of the same thing over here, honestly. We could just kind of bring it this way, and then I'm thinking maybe just bring it out even more and then do this. Kind of okay with that. We'll let that build with resources there, and we'll get this one going here too. And there's 2 stops, right? We have 2 refueling stations, right, that are going to be on this line. Now, what's going to use those? Well, I got a train here, right? We're going to expand this a lot because I got some stuff I'd like to take care of and do. Now, this is not, full disclosure here, this is not meant to make me a lot of money. This is meant to supplement some of the losses that I'm having. And it is paused right now, I know. Supplement some of the losses that I'm getting from, you know, like standard operation right now. My exports are always my income, right? But in this case, the exports kind of happen in one big batch and then that's it. What I'd like to do is put something in that sort of sustains it at an even number, and then the fuel train takes it up. Then we sustain it at an even number, then the fuel train takes it up, right? Instead of dropping down. We are net positive, but it's not as much as it could be. So I'm going to do that by adding trains or adding cargo wagons so that we can haul excess materials that we are making too much of right now. We have one hopper here, and I'm looking at maybe these open wagons are kind of interesting. Open car, 69 tons. Okay, so the hopper's not what I want. So I want probably one more of these, and then I think 2 of these. And I can maybe do one more. I'm only doing it for looks, because this is empty weight 23 tons. This is 20 tons, but this doesn't haul quite as much as this. But the difference is, I mean, it's there. They're there, but the difference also looks like is that on this is a flatbed, so I can load vehicles on this too, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna leave it just, I think, like this though. One more? Nah, let's just see how this goes first. Okay, so we've expanded this train. Now, what's this train gonna do? This train needs a route, right? So I'm going to adjust the route for this, and we're going to start the route. I think we'll start it at the border. It makes it a lot easier, I think, if we just start it at the border. So what I'm looking to speed up construction right now. I'm not making steel, and I would like to also stop purchasing steel in the menu. I've already stopped purchasing steel, by the way. Like, I'm not like clicking on a storage, buy steel. I'm no longer doing that. Nothing is auto buying steel. Instead, I've got 2 trucks that are going to the border. This road, they move over here, and this might even be one of them. Yeah, this one is one of them. So I've got 2 trucks that are just going to the border, buying steel, bringing it back to storage for the helicopters. That's what's been happening. There's 2 of these guys doing that. Well, I'd like to maybe get these trucks reassigned to some construction yards, construction offices, and instead just do this with a train. Be a lot faster, which means I'm going to dip into money faster, but it also means that I have more steel accessible for more construction offices. So, because I'd like to have multiple construction offices going at once and everything. And I want to get the steel not here, but located way over there. So if I can do that, it'd be nice too. Okay, so I think the first route, the first stop for this is going to be the customs house. We're going to have you unload boards, prefab panels, and you know what? I don't think I want to sell bricks. I think those are probably going to stay, but at least prefab panels and boards, and maybe some wood, but I got some usage for wood later too, and I don't know if that's necessary. So for now, we'll just say prefab panels and boards is what this train is going to sell at the border. It will purchase at the same time. It will go ahead, once it's unloaded everything, it will purchase some steel, and I would like it to maybe only purchase 69% of what it's able to purchase. I don't really need the full bed. We'll see. It's about how fast it digs into my money there to supply with steel for now. Okay, so that's that stop. Then what this is going to do is it's going to make a new stop. It's going to come this way. It's going to bypass this. Actually, you know what? No, it won't bypass it. I'm going to drop off a little bit because we need it for rail construction. So we'll drop off a little bit at this storage. We're going to unload, let's say we unload 39% of our steel, if that's even possible. I don't even know if it is. If it's not possible, then they'll fill it up, and then it'll fill up the storage. We won't be able to export anymore, and then it will continue on. So it's going to do that. Then it will come all the way past here and all the way down. It's going to go all the way down to here, where it will then drop off the remainder of its steel, and it's going to wait until it's unloaded. All right, now that's not going to matter for the time being, but once it starts getting really high in steel, then we might just wait. The reason for that is, well, because I don't want to have to keep buying steel if I don't need it, but also because it gives time for these other things to build up supply again. We'll see. It doesn't really matter, honestly. There's a lot of nitpicky things that people tell me to do. It does not matter, and this is one of those things that absolutely will have zero impact on the game. So we'll have that. Then the train will come on back, and it will stop here. The train is then going to load up on boards, and I could load bricks too, just for a little while. But I think the helicopters are getting bricks from over here, though, aren't they? Or are they not? Forgot. Yeah, we have a helicopter pad for bricks there. So this must be just construction office having bricks here. Whatever. We'll leave it. It's fine. We're going to load up on boards and maybe some wood even too. We got lots of wood, so it's worth almost nothing, right? It's not worth anything. Then the train is going to come out over here, and it's going to load up on prefab panels again. So have you go ahead and load up on prefab panels, okay? This is going to get deleted. This stop is going to get deleted. So we're just going to take you out of the game. There we go. And so this ends up being the route. Now, to manage the quantities of the things that it's picking up, we need to establish the restrictions on the cars themselves. And so what I'm going to do is I have 4 cars here with advanced setup, and on the back 3 cars, I'm going to tell it that it forbids steel. Okay, so no steel is allowed on these. And that means that when it goes ahead and buys 69% of whatever it's able to buy, it's only factoring 69% of the capacity of a single wagon. And that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to purchase a ton of steel. I just want to purchase it a little bit at a time to where it's a steady rate, and the vehicles can keep using it until we're producing our own steel. And then we're going to use our own steel to build our own buildings and get ourselves more advanced manufacturing, maybe build vehicles, export them, etc. Okay. Then we have to go down the line here. So it's going to unload most of its steel, or a portion of its steel here, and then the rest of it, whatever is left, all the way over there. Then it's going to come back and get boards. So what I'd like to do is to say that this trailer, this first car, you know, it's got time. I think maybe we could afford to do an extra car on this. Let's just do it now. If I want to, I can bring it back. So the first car, I want you loaded up with the panels. So we're going to say that the first car is not going to have wood or boards in it. And this is going to allow the train to fill up whatever it can, and that's going to be prefab panels in the first car. The second car is going to be exactly the same thing. So we're going to say this car is not allowed to have wood or boards. Okay? So this car will only be loaded with prefab panels in that instance, right? Then the next cars, 3 and 4, this is where we do not allow prefab panels. And we could actually make these exclusive if we'd like to, because there's no reason not. I guess there's no reason not to. But if there's still wood left and there's no more boards, then load up that wood. If there's still boards left and no more wood, keep loading up the boards, right? It's kind of where I'm getting at. So I'm allowing both resources in the back 2 cars just so they do share capacity. But this, I think, hypothetically is set up and ready to rock. So what I'm going to do, just to stop the confusion on potential semaphore problems. Yeah, I got this here. Just get rid of these. I thought these were stupid, but I did it anyway. So there's that. And then I think these 2 chains probably will end up referencing these over here. So I can probably just put a chain on this side and one on this side. Or regular semaphore here, and those chains will probably just work with that. So I think this is good. The idea was to, if there's any car coming this way, the train would wait. But this train is actually long enough now to where it interferes with this road too. Fair enough. Okay, so let's expand the time just a little bit faster. This car's going. Yep, this train's going. So we're going to go ahead and start this one and see how it works. So that's going to take care of that in the train depot. Let's take a look at our train. Here it is. It's a lot longer than it used to be. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it's quadruple the length. Now, it should stop here to get fuel the first time. Yep. So there's that. Now, I'm taking a look at fuel supply, right? We're not drawing it. We are drawing it from this tank. Or we're not. No, we're not. This is our export tank. So the fuel supply here is being drawn from here. And this is low. But even when we export, it's really being drawn from this tank anyway. Everything that relates to how our fuel supply is doing can be looked at by going to storage 2, not this one. Because this one feeds this one. As long as this one's full, then this one will get more capacity. Going on that note then, what I'd like to see, or what I'd like to do, is to change the trade conditions for this train so that we're gonna haul a little bit more oil and not as much fuel. Because I have a lot of oil, I don't have as much fuel production. That's dependent on these guys. And I can add more employees, or I can add more workers to get more, but I'm gonna start drawing oil even faster then. Just to kind of see where we go with this so I don't have to micro it. We're gonna have this train haul things a little bit differently. So the first big long car, we're gonna have that be fuel. And I'm actually gonna add another, I'm gonna add another long car to this. So why don't I go ahead and get this long oil train here to head to depot, and then I can go ahead and do it then. So we'll say head to depot, go, and then we're gonna reconfigure that train too. Wasn't going to, but I will now. Okay, so here's our train we just reconfigured. Now this has 34,000 rubles worth of steel on board. 48 tons out of a possible 69 tons, because this is the only car that's allowed to have steel. And I'm mostly explaining this, and when I go into explaining things and talking too much, so many whiners, this is for new players. This is not an easy game to understand. New players, I want you to know what I'm doing so that if you want to do it yourself, you can see how it works and maybe how my pitfalls or how my inefficiencies go, right? So I told it to load 39% of what it could do, and then I restricted what it could do to only one car. And then it's going to drop off. Sorry, I restricted it to percentage. Where is it? Right here. Yeah. So the unload. 69% of what it could do is what it's buying, and then it's going to unload 39% of that at that station. But now it's going that way, all the way down. We finally have a train going all the way down this way to supply this area. So since this area is going to be supplied now, let's get a construction office set up down here. And we're going to want, I think, 2 buses. Let's go with, this one seems a bit more efficient. We'll get 2 buses on this one. We're going to get a concrete mixer. Ooh. Oh, man, I don't know. I kind of like this one. Kind of do. We're going to get that concrete mixer at least. We'll get a couple of open haul trucks. I want ones that haul a lot at a time. So I think 2 of these, and then maybe we get probably at least 1 closed haul so that we can bring mechanical components. So we'll say this one. And then we're going to need a tower crane. Let's go ahead and grab at least this one. Maybe 2 is okay. I have to remember also that the helicopters and stuff have their own versions of these too. So I don't think I want to focus this office on construction, not on roads. But since there's only 1 here, you can always buy another one. It's not out of the question to buy another one. You can just go like this. Buy a second one on this side of the tracks. I really want to avoid being on this side of the tracks with any buildings at the moment because I'm going to have solar is going to be done, and I don't know how I'm going to route the lines and all that stuff. But I think since this is these roads are done right here, I think I could probably have it be here. I could have it be off this side too. I don't know. It kind of doesn't matter, right? I think it's one of those things where it doesn't matter. So let's put it here instead. We'll put it right here. And I'm going to buy this with rubles. I want to get this done and over with. So let's do this. And then this construction office is going to focus on roads temporarily. I guess temporarily. For the time being, it's going to focus on roads. We will get some passengers with this, but then we're going to need a bulldozer. Let's go ahead and get that one. And then concrete mixer. Fine. We'll need a dumper. Let's get... I've been using this one constantly, but this is a pretty old one. So I'm wondering if there's a better one now. Kind of one of those things you just have to sort of look at. But this one's 35 kilometers an hour max speed. Like, I think I can go faster than that. Those dump trucks are very slow, actually. Let's speed this up. We're going 7 tons. Here we go. This one's pretty good. I like this one. Get a couple of these. And need a paver. Get a couple of those. We'll get a couple of rollers. Not sure excavators are needed. Probably not. I got bulldozer already, right? Yeah. We could get 2 of these. Okay, and so this thing's going to focus more on the roads. The other one's going to focus more on construction, on buildings. But they can interlap a little bit, right? There's dump... Oh, actually, we don't have a dumper here. Yeah, I didn't buy a dumper here. Let's get 2 of these. Their tasks can overlap a little bit. I'm okay with it because they have the proper vehicles to do the job. So if one office doesn't have the vehicle to do a job, maybe the other one does, and they can just mix and match. It's fine. So this doesn't have power. So over here we have our handy dandy power transformer, and I want to hook this up. I can't believe you don't have power. Really? It's one of those just out of range things again, isn't it? I bet it is. Yep. Right. There would have been fine. Yep, right there would have worked, but here does not. And then over here. Wow, that's even closer. That sucks. Watch as the new line forms. That's all I needed, guys. That's an insult right there. That's so insulting. Fine. Whatever. Let's put this, I don't know, we'll stick it here, I guess. Just pay for it with rubles, get it done and over with. We'll get the 1.5, I guess. And we'll just bring it up to here. It's fine. All right. So this office has power now. At least it should. And now we have construction offices and things that can manage this stuff, right? And now we need to designate supplies for things, of course. So the gravel, we're going to temporarily get it from back this way, but eventually gravel and concrete and all that can be right here. But we're going to get it from over here for now. So we'll get gravel from this loading station. We'll get asphalt from here. We'll get concrete from the only place we're making it, which is right over here. We'll get our steel. In this case, we're going to get steel from right here. And actually, I kind of want to actually load up bricks and get that here too. Yeah. Oh, the road connection doesn't exist. Oh. Look at that. Would you look at that? This isn't done. Yeah, you know, like, 16,000. What's $16,000 really? Let's just do that. And then hopefully that makes this done now. There should be a road connection to this now. So let's have you get it here. Really? So do you have to be done with this first? What if I did this? What if I pay for this? Do you have a road connection now? You know. Ooh, so you need this done. Okay, I can fix that. So what we'll do is take a mud road, connect it here. That separates this section, then we'll just pay for this. And now I can go ahead and remove this road. It's not needed anymore. And now I've got this part paid for, but this part's still resource bound. So you gotta have a connection now, right? What? Hold on. Am I missing something here? Yes, I am. It's this right here. That tiny little thing right there. Yep. Okay, how's that? It's probably that the whole time, wasn't it? Probably. All right, steel. Let's get you hooked up. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna hook up bricks here too. I'm gonna have bricks hauled over here. Prefab panels, we're gonna have those hauled over here. Boards, let's have those hauled over here. And then mechanical components and electrical components are gonna have to come from this side already too. I could ship them. I'm not going to right now. I'm just gonna have them be located here for now. It simplifies things for me. All right, and then same thing for the other construction office. We need to provide a where to the question of where to get things. So you're gonna get steel from here as well. We're gonna get bricks from here, panels from here, boards from here. We're gonna go over here and grab mechanical components. They're gonna be from that warehouse for now. Electrical components are the same thing. Then we'll get concrete from the only source we make it at. Plus the asphalt can be here, and the gravel will be located at that loading here. Okay, so all that stuff is good. Now we just need to designate where to find workers. And wouldn't you know it, there's actually quite a few workers waiting for a job right over here in this area. We have quite a few people usually that are hanging out here to get work. In this case, there are none, but there usually are. Also, I'd like to get another helicopter pad for this area because we got lots of students. They want to go to college. All the college stuff is over there. I think instead of building another university, I'm going to have people moving around in helicopters because I like it. So this is 103,000. I think if I can just give it some time, it'll work itself out and become cheaper. So I'm going to place this. I could place it right here next to the bus stop. No, it's going to have to be a little bit further away. Well, I can place it here, or I can get it closer to people. Maybe. Get the walking path to go in here. Most of these guys could do it. Yeah, we'll just keep it here. It's fine. This road, I wanted to expand, so we're gonna go ahead and have this built with resources, though. Right about here. Should be fine. Okay, so that'll be a helicopter pad for later. We're not gonna use it just yet. Let's check out our stuff. So we have steel coming in here. That's nice. And then they're able to load up the steel from this place. Very nice. I would like to get in touch with our train friend. Where's our big train? It's got to be coming around here somewhere. I would like to adjust its route to be a little more, a little bit more team player-y as opposed to just selling things at its own pace. Okay, what's going on here? Why don't I see any trains on this line? Is it just timing? Wait, did I? No wonder my money's not going down. Oh boy, I'm like, why am I losing money right now? I don't understand. Yeah, my main export is docked in here. That would be why. That'll do it. I would like to get another, where's cargo wagon tanker? I would like to get another tanker, I think, added to this train. We're gonna drag it right up here in the front. And then the route for this train is gonna change up just a little bit. So we're still gonna load 100% of the fuel, but it's only going to be one tank that has fuel. The rest of them are going to be bitumen and oil. So this one is still a fuel tank only, and the very front one is only fuel. This one, we're going to switch it to be exclusively oil on that big tank. Then this one will be exclusively oil. Okay. This one will also be exclusively oil. And then we're going to have, on this side, we're going to have you go to bitumen, and then you're also that. So we basically end up exporting the same amount of fuel, but more oil and a little bit more bitumen, which is good because we're full on that. We have to export that too. So let's have this train go ahead and start its... Oh, first up is unreachable. Ooh, why? Right, well, it's... yeah, okay. I want you to progress to this then. So go to this stop. That's what I want you to do for now. Can you not do that? Wait. Can you just progress to a stop that's in the middle of your route at all? Or at least launch yourself forward? If I say move to this stop, will you do that? Do I have to launch you first? It looks like I have to launch you first. You know, the customs house should probably be the first stop on this route just to simplify things, right? Why don't we do that? Why don't we make the customs house the first stop? We'll say unload everything, right? And then the second stop in this route can be loading 100% fuel. So we'll delete this one from the line, and then we add a stop after this one will be here, and we'll have you load 100% fuel. Okay, you should go now. Shouldn't have a problem anymore. So let's see. The train comes out. Should. There it is. And it should have an extra long car on it now, hauling even more stuff. I'm actually thinking maybe I should have made this the first stop, but it doesn't matter. I don't think it would even do it anyway. I think it would go forward past it anyway, but even if it wouldn't, it's such a minor thing. I don't care. Now this train is a little bit interesting because it's stopping here and it's conflicting with this. So that's interesting. Both of these guys, you're waiting for this one to cross through, but you're waiting for this one to cross through? Is that what I'm seeing here? Did I mess this up? I mean, I must have, right? All right, so this whole thing is considered orange because I haven't done any signaling for this track yet. I just started sending a train on this. I didn't do any signaling yet. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to delete that semaphore and let you keep going. Let's install it again. And I probably should make these two-way tracks. I probably should... I can't. I only have one route right now. Hypothetically, these should work. Unless this isn't a chain. It's not a chain, that's why. And it really needs to be mixed. Yeah, it needs to be this way. And then you need to be this way as well, like that. Yeah. Okay, and then this is hypothetically fine for now. What I'd like you to do, Mr. Train, is on your way back through, right? Because right now you're making this entire trip for just steel. I don't want that. So what I'm gonna have to do here, I think it's a pretty easy thing to do. We'll pay for the track to do this. I'm gonna just have you come in like this. Oh. That's probably enough. Is that enough? I can move the power lines, that's the thing. I think I'm just gonna move these lines. Which one should I move? I think is it this one that's in the way right now? It might only be that one. Let's just take care of all of these and we'll reconnect them. Just so I can get what I want. I want to get my way. Come right here, okay? And we'll just build these with rubles. And then we're gonna reconnect the power lines. We'll start with you to there. And then we're gonna get the rest of these connected like they were before. There we go. Okay. So everyone's back to normal. So what I'm gonna have from this train instead is after it's loaded up the steel, it's gonna now come over, it's gonna stop here, and I want you to load up some bricks. And we're gonna have, hopefully those bricks are gonna load in those back to cars, because those can take anything except steel and prefab panels, right? They'll take anything except steel and prefab panels. So that's what we're gonna hopefully do there. We're gonna pick up some bricks here, okay? And we'll say I want you to load up, I mean, say if you're loading up bricks, let's say maybe, it doesn't have to be very many. Let's say 49%. That's like a whole car worth, though. That's going to be a lot of bricks. Because they're both cars. So it's 50% here is one whole car. So I'm thinking maybe we go like 39%. That's fine. And then you're going to go over here. When you drop off the steel here, I want you to pick up some prefab panels. And we'll pick up a few. It doesn't have to be a lot. And then we're going to come all the way over here. We're going to unload both. Okay? Maybe just unload everything. Yeah, you should be unloading everything at this point. So you're going to unload 100% of what you have right here. And actually, I could have you stop here and pick up boards and take it this way too. Yeah, I think we will. This is a lot of stops. I like it though. Steel, prefab, and boards. That's what we're going to unload. And bricks, of course. And bricks too. Everything. Just unload everything, damn it. And you're going to wait until you're fully unloaded because you're probably not. But it might mess up the trade if I don't. So just unload everything. All right, so that's what you're going to do there. So this, you're going to take the prefab panels and the steel. Now, if you're here, can you easily get to the other one? Well, you should be able to. You just cross here. Yep. And then you come over here and you cross there. But then you're going the wrong way on this track, and you're probably not going to like that. We'll fix it. It's good. So we're going to unload steel there. Then we're going to have you come over. This is so complicated. I like it, though. Here. And we're going to have you pick up boards. So we're going to have you load boards. And you're going to load, like, just a few, right? All right. And then that's it. That's your route. So your route's complicated, and it's awesome, and I love it. Now, because we have these two trains, and we have train construction happening down there, and we have this other train traveling through here, we need some signaling through this, because you can't have this whole thing be orange. That's just not going to work. This is going to end up stopping this train, and I think you're going to see red here. Yeah. So any train that tries to go even this far is going to get stopped right now, just because the construction train is way down there. So I need to do something about that. I think the first thing I'm going to do is place some signaling in this area. And I'm not entirely sure this is needed, but the reason for this to exist is so that if they fuel here, they can get to this track. So going on that note, most likely want a chain here. Gonna go that way. And it's gonna reference here. And this is a two-way area for the time being. I might change this later. I probably will end up adding another track here to make it one way. It's going to be easier to be one way, but for now this should at least chain to these two, and it'll do that. And then it's going to allow it to pass by once it gets to, I guess it'd be here and here, right? Yeah, that should work. Now this is going to be a one-way thing here, so we should see, I guess it would be like this. Yeah. So this is marking this as a one-way track in, and then we have a one-way track out as well, which could be this is the junction. I can chain this instead. We'll see how that plays out, but this is still marking this whole thing as orange. So all the way down here, we have a couple of places where you can merge over and you can change directions, and I do want to have that be a thing. So we'll have one-way tracks actually be kind of through here. Like this whole area is a one-way area, right? That marks one way for this, but then you get down to here and it's, especially this side right here, right now it's two-way, and that's maybe confusing. And again, I might change it later. We'll see. I'm gonna finish that fuel station. Yeah, good. Okay. Before I forget, the fuel stations, we need to provide fuel for them, of course. And, I was going to maybe hook up the piping and stuff like I did with the helicopter, but we're kind of running out of pipes. It might make it easier, and by might, I mean it most certainly will, if I just simply add these two stations to my refueling distribution center. And now it will distribute fuel automatically to these with the truck. They're going to be able to do that moving from here to here, back and forth, a lot more often than trains need to refuel. So that's going to be fine. And now that we're taking less fuel, I think we are exporting less fuel, or exporting more oil now than we are fuel. But now that we're doing that, I think we'll be able to keep up with the supply. You can see this tank is already at 650. That looks pretty good. And this one's maxed out. So I like that. I like the look of that. And we should see, I believe anyway, this train got 137,000 rubles worth of stuff. It's not quite 250,000 like it was before. That's just because there's less fuel. Okay. So I think that sets up most of what I needed for this. I think the only question I really have, though, since I didn't continue with my semaphores this way, is that now we still have a big orange section right here. And so I still need to change this out. So we can have a merger with a chain here. I think I actually want this to step back a bit so it doesn't interfere with this road. So we could say here is where this chain is, right? Could do that, and then the chain can be on probably, I guess, this side. It's going to interfere with this road now. It's going to interfere with something. We have a pretty good chance of it not interfering if I stop right here. Like, that's a pretty long train. And then we can have this one just sort of giving it the okay, like say right next to it here. It doesn't have to be right in line. But this opens up. This is a two-way track, right? But now I feel like there it is. Good. Okay. Because this is a one-way track. So the train has to have the ability to switch to the one-way side. So these two trains should be able to pass each other now, no problem. It's when you get into this area that's a little bit complicated. But I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think so. Right now it's at a stop. Maybe I should install one over here just because. Just to try and separate it. We could, for the time being, just have that exist. And maybe this exists too. Just trying to separate it so it doesn't get in the way of the other train. We'll see how that plays out. It may not work. So let's see what this train has on it. Look at this. Hold on. Look at it. Doesn't it look nice being all full of stuff? It doesn't look very organized. You know, I got boards separated with bricks and everything, but like, you got a lot of stuff here, you know? That looks nice. And it's going to unload all those resources, you know, right here. And then these construction offices can use them, you know. And this doesn't mean, of course, we're not exporting. We're going to run out of the supply unless we have lots of labor. So that's going to export. That's going to drop all that stuff off. And are you done? Ooh, you're getting there. You are getting there. There's no steel. We're missing steel. Oh my gosh. One other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to drop another distribution right here. And primarily this distribution office, probably have a couple here. This is going to serve as sort of the intermediary between this area and the main city. And so I want this to be kind of, because this road's going to run straight. Let's mark this as a planned road. Ooh, I want this to run straight, though. I want it to look good. I'm going to take this out just so I can make that happen. I have to wait. And... good? Nope. Good? Nope. Oh, no. Well, hang on. Can we get it? Can we get it? Can I get it? Can I have it? Can I have it? How about now? Can I have it? Thank you. Okay, so I can't do this one though. Son of a gun. Ah, just let me do it. All right, here, look. Here. Does that make you happy? Can I do it now? Look, you guys should be destined for the mud road now. Appreciate it. Yep. Can I get rid of it? Thank you. All right, I want you to run straight. And I'm just gonna pay for it. Again, I don't really care so much if it's gonna cost me a little bit. It's fine. And now we can delete this mud road right here. Or not. You guys are still destined for the mud road, even though it's, yeah. Your pathing has been set in stone from the very beginning. So I have to wait for someone to actually use this now, right? Somebody to actually go in and, there we go. Okay, you guys should be... Yeah. What's that? Better road over there. Okay, good. So this is all connected, and then it'll continue going this way, right? So we're going to say that the distribution office that I'm going to build is going to be right here on the corner is where I want it. And yeah. So it can make a right-hand turn and then decide where to go from there. So it'll be about, let's say, that. Looks good. Okay, they'll get on building that too, and that's going to help me with moving stuff around as well. Yeah. I wonder if this is going to interfere at all. That yellow goes all the way across. I don't really know. I'm just going to complete it. All right. So, what have we done today, right? We've expanded the train to where it goes here. And now this train is like, I can't leave. Okay, that's what I wanted to figure out. This is kind of an experiment because we have that construction train happening. And I'm wondering why, though. This line is considered a one-way. That is why. It is considered a one-way. So we want to change that. We can say that you are not a one-way. You are a two-way. And that will allow you to switch over. So I think that takes care of you. Yep. There we go. I could put a merger here. That might be smart so that this passenger train thing doesn't interfere with... Yeah, that's probably smart. Why don't we... We'll just make one right here, too. And then what we can do is we can say, hey, yo, you're still one way. But this is going to let... this train, I think. It just disappeared. Did it just disappear? I think it disappeared. I'm concerned. Okay. That's probably my bad. Let's just leave that two-way for now. That's my bad. Where'd that train go? Oh, I don't know what happened. I guess it just teleports to where it can. Or maybe it moved and I just didn't, and I missed it. I don't know. But it's empty now, as it should be. Now this is its export route, where it's going to pick up the same similar stuff that it just delivered. It's going to pick that stuff up over here now, though. And we should see it come into refuel if it needs to. We have fuel here now. We sure do. Fuel in this one. Yep. And then it should stop here, pick up the same types of stuff. There's no steel here. Interesting. The two trucks should be still bringing steel to this spot. But if I have... Ooh, can I hook up the helicopters to steel over here? That would be ideal. I don't think so. Because I think it has to be a direct connection. And this doesn't afford me that. And I won't be able to make this... This here is too tight. Yeah. So I won't be able to hook this up directly unless I do it from this one. Ooh. I almost had that. You can almost do that too. I wonder. If only it would allow me to just, squiggle this, like S-curve this. Because I think if you use this factory connection, which I totally could do this instead, that'll work. But I think if I use this, it invalidates that connection. Like this won't be able to access it. The factory crossing. So maybe not on that. We'll see. I might play around with where this is positioned. This is positioned in a way where lots of helicopters can use the same one. But I might decide that it's not worth it and just use one small one. Because I don't know how many resources are actually going to be here. The idea was that all of our building supplies would be right here. And then, up to 3 helicopters at once could load up those building supplies. But that idea may not work. May not. Anyways, that's going to do it for me on this video. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it. We expanded the trains. It's all looking good. Solar is going to be done. Definitely going to be done. So next video, we're going to take a look at electrical. And we're going to get that to be as stable as we can and hook it up to... Yeah, we're doing pretty good there. And then we're going to hook it up to the... the rest of the grid, right? It's going to be good. I think I'm no longer, flat losing money, so I've unpaused it. But yeah, everything's looking solid so far. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.